This is Cult Media. We are here with Alasdair Dow.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming in.
It's my pleasure, Brendan.
So first question, how long have you been doing music?
Professionally, I had my first gig in early spring of 22. So I think that's a pretty good benchmark to use
Okay.
for me, yeah.
And when did you start, I guess?
When did I start? Well, I remember I got a guitar from a guy called Jamie Wells in school when I was 15. So I suppose I started playing guitar then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did what, practice from there, or were you on and off? How did it go? How was your relationship?
Yes. I mean, I sort of I messed around and I didn't really study at all because I had studied piano and saxophone and got so far and then given up. So the guitar was always, it was just my thing to do what I wanted with. So I didn't go down any formal path until I put myself on that path in around 22 actually. So quite a long time later really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A good 10 years later.
Nice. So there was some sort of like realization around there. You were like, I want to be a musician. I want to go at this.
Yes, definitely. COVID focused my mind.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure as you did yourself, you just think, well, what do I really want to do?
Yeah, there wasn't much.
And yeah, it wasn't what I was doing at the time. So I thought, okay, well, I'll take music more seriously because that's always what I've really wanted to do.
Okay. What were you doing before that?
Oh, just a bunch of things, but mainly I thought I wanted to be an historian. So that's what I was studying. I was doing a master's during COVID. And I concluded from that master's that I didn't want to be an historian.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, COVID screwed a lot of courses up. I was also in a course during COVID, and it just went terribly. It's terrible.
I'm sorry to hear that. How's everything now?
Well, you know what? We're here. We're in Cult Media. We're doing interviews with incredibly talented musicians. So I can't complain.
You really hit rock bottom, mate.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Where did you grow up, and what was music around for you?
So
back then?
I grew up in a town called High Wycombe, northwest of London. Music, in terms of the music I did or the music I listened to, do you mean?
Yeah. What kind of music was around you? Like, what did you hear?
Mainly my friends just being sort of much more accomplished with their music than I was really, and just thinking, damn, they're really good.
A little bit jealousy.
I mean, clearly still, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really, admired what they were doing, and yeah, I suppose I thought I wanted to do that too. Yeah, and I developed certain obsessions with certain artists, and developed my tastes, around from like the age of 15 onwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that too, but I spent a lot of time just in the music rooms with my friends making what you'd have to classify as noise more than music really, but it was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That brings me to my next question. Would be, what is kind of the thing that inspired you, I suppose? What really what made you go forward,
It's inspired me to try and be a songwriter.
To be a songwriter, yeah.
I was trying to think about this when I saw your questions in advance, and I couldn't really come up with an answer, and I thought that's probably bad. But then I thought again. I thought, well, maybe you can have a trivial reason to do something serious, or at least take something seriously. And I just think, like many people, I just thought it was cool. Just it was a cool thing to do. Yeah. Isn't necessarily a deep reason for it other than that, and really, really liking certain songs. Because I can think of various moments when I became obsessed with a song or a band, but I can never really remember thinking I want to write songs. That just became something I did, and then I thought, I think I might be able to do this, and then I kept going, and you evolve over the, I'm 30 now.
Mm.
I got the guitar when I was 15. This has been 15 years of trying to make it work and refining things and finding a sound or a different sounds, to be honest.
Yeah, that's great. No,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, yeah, it doesn't need to be like, a big, long dramatic backstory. Sometimes it is, it's about how it goes on from there. It's not necessarily the starting point. But yeah, that's a good segue into my next question, which is, how has your style evolved over time? Yeah.
Well, I think the most important thing that's happened since I moved to Edinburgh in March 23, was I put more rhythm in my songs, and I allowed my earlier interests, which were more in blues and rock and soul and jazz, to come through. Before I moved here, when I first started singing in London around 21, it was much more just about doing something that's pretty, and it was all melody and all trying to be pretty, and there are strengths to that, of course, but it was all very, probably quite melancholy and maybe a bit watery. So I think by going back to those other genres rather than just a sort of, I don't know, like watery Nick Drake folk thing, I've been able to really sort of really change my style in these last 3 years, which is the period in which I've done the most writing I've ever done, and have learned to finish things and see songs through. So yes, to conclude, it's just become more fun, really.
No, fair enough.
I think the songs have just become more fun. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely hear in your songs what you're talking about from the album that you've released on Spotify to some of the stuff you were playing just here.
Although there's actually there is some fun stuff on that too.
No, of course.
Fun stuff on that too.
Yes.
And there's
Go check
bluesy
it out.
stuff. There's Buckets of Rain cover. There's jazz on there as well. But yeah, it's
I
my songs were. Yeah,
I enjoyed the Buckets of Rain. It was good.
Cheers, man.
You have wonderful segues into these questions, by the way, but I completely lost what question was on. Let's see.
You hear that, folks? Wonderful segues.
We'll go for, what is your creative process like when you're approaching a new idea or a new song?
Well, I'd say it's increasingly less messy, but I really do just I just sit with an idea, play around with it, and then I suppose I've taken deliberate steps to learn more about the theoretical side of music. Nothing too deep, nothing, no crazy modal whatever, but just like the nuts and bolts. So of how to make a melody match nicely with chords. What key are we in? How could we change key or something? And that allows me to tidy things up and sort of go places I probably couldn't have before when I was just using my ear. But it still very much is just based on my ear, and then like a negotiation with what is actually possible on the guitar, which I always write. I write everything with the guitar in my hand, and just singing over and over and over again to myself. But yeah, I'm very proud of how many lists I've made now, and how many folders I have on my laptop.
No, that's good.
It really is an incredible amount of admin. And that's probably my most proud achievement, really. And I've really sort of I can track all my songs. I've had nearly like 70 ideas since I moved here, and they're all like charted out, and they all had their individual folders.
Yeah, just waiting to go.
That helps me sleep at night, really.
It's good to have a few songs.
You
in
can't
the
finish
back,
everything at once.
Yeah.
You just can't.
No.
Yeah, and sometimes some will be there for even like 2 years. I'll come back to it
in the icebox.
And what I've learned, I can change. I can really improve what was there before, because I could only get so far before. And that's been really nice. So to learn that time can be your friend as well as your enemy.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, that's a good answer. Cool. So when it comes to your training, it's basically like a third limb, that guitar for you. How did you train? Who trained you? Did you go to a temple?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm flattered you think I'm like a kung fu guitarist, but I really didn't as I said, take it seriously as an instrument until COVID around then. So I started studying in 22. I'd got more into jazz and classical music, and I was just reading everything through tab, like Villa-Lobos on tab, and that takes you quite far. Like you can go, oh wow, I can do the motor skills of this, but I didn't know what was in these chords. It was just like, you know, placing my hand on a bit of wood.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, really, I actually have to do the hard work of going back to the beginning and learning how to read music. And you know, I can now sort of kind of play Villa-Lobos, you know, with the score, because I just started studying classical guitar and studying a bit of theory from that point.
Yeah.
But yes, up until that point, I'd never studied the instrument.
Wow.
or music, but it really has helped me as a songwriter. Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's been fun. And there's still so much to do.
Oh yeah.
And
no, yeah,
my whole life
it's
to
crazy.
do it.
There's always plenty more to do on guitar, even if you're way up there. But yeah, no, that's amazing. So you're essentially self-taught.
Yes, I mean, I had a guy on Zoom who did my classical stuff for about half a year, and I was reading this great book. And then I had another classical teacher when I moved to Edinburgh, and a few lessons with a jazz guy. I'd got more into jazz and classical music, and I was just reading everything through tab, like Villa-Lobos on tab, and that takes you quite far. Like you can go, oh wow, I can do the motor skills of this, but I didn't know what was in these chords. It was just like, you know, placing my hand on a bit of wood.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, really, I actually have to do the hard work of going back to the beginning and learning how to read music. And you know, I can now sort of kind of play Villa-Lobos, you know, with the score, because I just started studying classical guitar and studying a bit of theory from that point.
Yeah.
But yes, up until that point, I'd never studied the instrument.
Wow.
or music, but it really has helped me as a songwriter. Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's been fun. And there's still so much to do.
Oh yeah.
And
no, yeah,
my whole life
it's
to
crazy.
do it.
There's always plenty more to do on guitar, even if you're way up there. But yeah, no, that's amazing. So you're essentially self-taught.
Yes, I mean, I had a guy on Zoom who did my classical stuff for